D23. It's great to be back here. In a few years.
So we were talking about Ahsoka and just getting kind of caught up on where we are in that production. And I know you're in post, which we'll get into what you're working on right now too. But let's talk a little bit more about Ahsoka and how that came to be.
Well, last time we were here, if you remember, it was before Disney Plus even launched. So we hadn't even aired Mandalorian yet. And since then, we've aired 2 seasons. And in the second season, we were able to bring in a character that, as Dave had mentioned, he had been thinking about doing in live action all the way back to when he was collaborating with George on Clone Wars and on Rebels. So the idea of introducing her through the show was a way for us to see if the audience wanted to see this character and to see who we could cast, and that process and the response from that process when we brought Rosario to the screen made us feel confident, and Kathy gave us the opportunity to go ahead and make this series. And I get to be down there on the set with Dave right here in California, and it's remarkable what they're able to accomplish and all the knowledge that Dave has brought from all the work he's done, all the lore he's developed over a decade, and seeing that come to life in such vivid detail, with such attention to detail and authenticity, and then to see, of course, the lightsaber battles come to light. I don't know if you're talking about that yet, but it's amazing. It's amazing action, and it's just been a treat for me. And it's also great to see Dave be able to come with everything that he's done in his transition, as Kathy said, from animation to live action, and just hitting the top of his game and his stride at the moment when this magnum opus of his is coming to the screen has been a remarkable thing to be a part of. I'm very grateful.
Thanks. Thank you.
So you do have this amazing cast. Talk a little bit about
these areas. Like John said, a big question for me was, well, who's going to play this character? And, I had told John, well, I was thinking Rosario Dawson, and he knew Rosario. So that instantly was kinetic. She's been phenomenal. I got to tell you, each time she's played the character, she's embodied it more and more. She sees all the details we did in animation. Really blows my mind. And interesting enough, too, a lot of the crew, and I didn't think about this as we did it, but many of them grew up watching Clone Wars. That's how long I've been doing this. So for them, seeing this character come to life, and characters like Sabine, it's meant a great deal to the crew. And they're just, everyone's all in. If you want to, you should know that people who work on this stuff love it as much as you do. And that's something I think you see when you watch it on screen. And these, many of the crew people, the same ones that started on Mandalorian with us, which is a real treat year after year to be developing these relationships. It's just a wonderful thing for the series.
And I have to say what's been really exciting, because we have created a family and everybody's been working together so well. It's spawned new ideas, new stories, new opportunities. So talk about what else we're doing.
Well, now that I'm working on Star Wars and other people collaborate with me on Star Wars, and we have lots of great directors coming through and working with us because, and honestly, that what Dave mentioned is quite true. The one thing we all have in common is we really want to be working on Star Wars. And so if people are into it, they're excited by it. There are some people, for the life of me, I don't understand why, might not be as interested. But when you find those people who are super into Star Wars, their eyes start to light up on the prospect of actually being able to make some. And so when I was working on Spider-Man, I've been lucky enough to be an actor in the 3 latest Spider-Man films. Thank you. Kevin Feige's back there going, yeah, see, they like Spider-Man. They like Spider-Man.
Very good.
But when I was working on it, I was working with John Watts, and I happened to mention to him the last time I was there that I'm working on it and how much fun it is, and would he ever want to collaborate, thinking maybe he might direct an episode or something. And he said, oh, no, we have a really fully formed idea for what we would want to do in Star Wars. And thanks to Disney Plus, thanks to the amount of programming that Kathy and Lucasfilm have been able to bring to you all, there was an opportunity to incubate and then actually go ahead and start filming this series. So I'm going to bring out, actually, Kathy, I think you're going to introduce our friend.
Who you're talking about?
Yes, Mr. John Watts.
It's John Watts. and Chris Ford.
Yeah.
Come on out, guys.
Hi. Hello. Hi.
Wow, that's nice.
So Skeleton Crew, yes.
Very supportive.
This is Skeleton Crew. What is Skeleton Crew?
Great question.
Thank you. It's a show about a group of kids who get lost in the Star Wars galaxy.
And, you know, like The Mandalorian and Ahsoka, this is set in the New Republic, but it's a completely new story that we're excited to tell you. And we've actually been filming it for a few weeks. Like Dave, I was shooting yesterday, and it's been
On the
going
same
great.
lot, which is cool.
Yeah, on the same lot. So
Go
cool.
visit each other, it's nice.
We have proof.
Yeah, and we brought a picture. We're gonna show one picture. It's Jude Law!
And he's here. Should we bring him out?
Hello, everyone. How are you? D23. I got such a warm reception yesterday, but today, for Star Wars, my goodness, I can't quite believe I'm a part of this universe, this galaxy, this world. So thank you all so much for having me. It's very, very good to be here, and great to be here with you guys.
Yes, and now you have to get back to work. And so do we. And so do we.
That's it, but someday, soon, we will be able to show you this show on Disney Plus. So that's all for us. Thanks, everyone. That's all we got. Bye-bye.
I gotta say, those guys are downplaying things a bit. They are doing such a phenomenal job. It is going to be a great show. Really, really fun. Really fun. So we also have, as we brought up earlier, we have the third Mandalorian series.
The Mandalorian.
Yeah, so we do, and it's pretty cool because last time we were here, nobody saw the show yet. Nobody knew about the character. Some of you called Grogu, some called Baby Yoda, some called the child. We hadn't introduced him to everybody yet. And I just want to thank Lucasfilm, Disney Plus, Kathy, for all the support, and of course Dave for being somebody who really was my Sherpa through all of Star Wars and helped me understand, and all the people at ILM. There's a tremendous amount of affection for Star Wars at these companies, and it attracts all the people who love it so much, and I really like to think that it shows, and they've been wonderful teachers, and also we've been able to collaborate with other people in front of the camera as well.
Yeah, and it's just our great privilege to take you guys to this galaxy far, far away. I know from years of experience, the fans are always there for us. You've all been there for us over the years, and thank you for your support and just enthusiasm. It really it doesn't just affect the people you see here, it affects the entire crew. They're so excited by the reaction they get for the hard work that they put in night and day to bring you that galaxy. So thank you, fans,
And I
very
think,
much.
and it's your support that really allows all of us to continue to do what we do, and to have people who come and play it within the Star Wars universe to want to come back and to continue to collaborate. And so I'd like to introduce one of our executive producers, our fellow executive producer on season 3 from The Mandalorian. He's somebody who's been with us since season 1, and he directed the 2nd episode
And the 6th
and
episode.
and several that you've known.
And
But
gone on.
Dave shot the first one. This guy shot the next one. He's been with us ever since. Mr. Rick Famuyiwa.
Rick. So good, yeah, here you are.
What's up? What's up, y'all? How's it going?
So what it's like. So, Rick, you've been with us since the beginning. You want to say anything to the gang?
Yeah, I mean, look, this has been a dream of mine since I first saw the film, which was the first film I ever saw in the movie theater. And so Star Wars and the stories of Star Wars has shaped my life as a person, as a filmmaker. I went to USC Film School because of George, and so this has been an incredible full circle moment to be able to tell stories in this world and the world of the Mandalorian that John and Dave created just has been just an amazing place to really tell some deep stories that are also very fun and connect to a lot of people. So it's been exciting to be a part of it. Look forward to more, and excited about what we're doing this season.
And we're busy. He and I are in the editing room a lot, virtually usually, but we're working away at season 3, and we have some other wonderful people to bring out onto the stage who've been there since the beginning as well. You want to introduce? Let's introduce some of them.
Yeah, let's bring out the amazing cast of Mandalorian, starting with Lady Sackhoff, Emily Swallow, Amy Harris, Giancarlo Esposito.
Hi.
Everybody, so let's start with Favreau. Favreau, you've been on this journey since the beginning.
Until we came out on.
Good. Anything that's on the armor. All hugs. Okay. People are panicking everywhere.
Nobody gets to see anybody anymore, so.
Well, they're in helmets, so it's hard.
Dave, I don't want to hug you.
That's okay, Katie.
We are back.
That's okay. Force
We
it.
hug.
Okay.
We hug. So there's no friends.
Here we go.
All right, we'll
Just
go
like
back
we
to that
rehearsed it.
question.
Yeah, where are we going?
Yeah, you've
Better when
been
we-
through all 3. Why don't you just talk a little bit about what this journey has been? Because it's pretty amazing that we're standing here. Since 2019, we haven't been on this stage, so talk a little bit about the 3 years.
It's true. I think that's what's happening to all of us. We're realizing that in the instant of coming out here, it's been such a long time, and our central nervous systems are like, oh my God. To describe the journey is practically impossible. I wouldn't be here meeting all of these amazing people. You need to go backstage. I mean, it's insane. It's exhausting. And to be in this kind of company that some that have been there from the beginning and that continue to emerge. And I'm going to just stop talking because I want to make it about
You're doing great.
everybody else.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
Emily, jump in, because obviously as the armorer, you've really brought fantastic roles.
I was having a little bit of a freak out that I've tried to keep under control because today, like 10 minutes ago, was my first time ever meeting Amy, and she doesn't know that I'm freaking out inside. And my dream,
I
that
know.
told John, is to have a scene between the armor and Pelimoto. So that's gonna be happening, right?
Sure.
Yeah. So.
I wouldn't promise anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna make her a helmet.
Good.
But I think I was asked how is it that I convey authority without ever taking off my helmet, and I think that it's probably because I never take off my helmet, quite frankly, and it's also definitely because of good editing. Because especially when we were first, Dave and I were just talking a little while ago about those first few episodes when we were trying to find the language of these characters, and Pedro knows this, when we were all helmeted and we were moving around in this new territory and these new sets, and trying to see, especially through the frame of a camera, you know, when you're only seeing part of this character's body, you're not seeing the whole body. What is it that translates? What kind of movement are you reading? What emotions are you reading? And it was really a collaborative effort because I knew what was going on in my head, and what I quickly learned for the armor is that less is more. And you know, I remember definitely growing up, my father was a military man. He was in the Army, he was 6'6", very strong man, very kind, very loving. But the thing that was most frightening to me was when I had done something wrong and I knew it, and I would go talk to my dad, and I knew he was gonna say something about it, and I was just waiting for him to say it, and he said nothing at all. And he just looked at me, and I was just waiting for him to say the thing. And that was the most terrifying thing of all. And that was the thing that made me look inward and think, you know, have that self-reflection and think about what it was that I needed to learn, and think about what it was that I needed to process and what I should have done differently. And I sort of think that that's one of the ways that the armorer functions. She doesn't say a whole lot, and she doesn't, I mean, except when she runs across some stormtroopers that need to be taught a lesson, she doesn't do a whole lot.
But she has daddy issues, is what you're saying.
I'm not saying anything. Less is more. Less is
So Emily, I can see that you're making up for lost time with being silent. We're going to shift to Giancarlo. Tell us where we left off with the story, so that we can kind of get everybody up to speed as we start
You're
to
all
approach.
looking at me like she asked me a question or something.
We're looking past.
Oh, okay, great. I'm like,
Well, I'll first say, don't get scared. Hey, long live the Empire! It's an honor and an utmost pleasure to be working with visionaries. And I'll first say, you know, you have something I want. And what that is passion for this franchise. What that is wonder and amazement at what's been happening. I'm grateful to David Filoni, I'm grateful to Jon Favreau, and I'm grateful to Rick and Kathleen and Disney for having to allow me to be a part of this world. If you're here, you love Star Wars. If you're here, you love Star Wars. Why do you love it? You ever thought about it? Great storytelling, great action, great characters who are involved in something that is real for a purpose. It is the hero and the heroine's journey that matters. It is that you can see yourselves in the armorer. You can see yourselves in Mando. You can see yourselves in Moff Gideon. It is a wonderful place to be in this childlike wonder in this franchise. So I left off in this place of terror. I left off in this place of not knowing where Moff Gideon would go. I left off in a place of vulnerability. You haven't seen Moff be vulnerable before. Wondering what is going to happen to me. This is a wonderful place to be, a wonderful springboard into season 3. I'm grateful to be joining. I'm grateful to be here. And only you can supply yourself with the patience to find out what.
So Amy, you were noticing that there was an opportunity here to tell us a little bit about Paley, because I have to say, I think everybody would agree that every time you're on screen, everybody's laughing. So, right? So, tell us a little bit about how fun that character is.
oh, they're laughing because I memorize the lines. That's why. I don't know what I'm saying. All I'm thinking about are the lines. There's no levels. There's nothing. It's no eyebrows, a mullet, an uncomfortable costume, and all I'm thinking about are the lines. And then I have a question or I improvise, and they're like, oh, maybe they wouldn't say that in space. And I'm like, okay. Would they say grandpa? They're like, yeah, they'd say grandpa in space. You can say grandpa. when David and John explain the scene to me, it still doesn't make any sense. And they're like, it doesn't matter. They're looking at the spaceship behind you anyway. I memorized all this stuff. So I'm getting laughs, and I don't even know why I'm getting the laugh. But you work on sand, and the sand kicks up in your eyes, so you can't really wear contact lenses. Any question? Dream come true. Honest, dream come true. I'm here.
So Katie, your character is emerging even bigger than we can imagine as this next season approaches. I know you can't say a lot, but say what you can.
Wow.
I've gotten really good at standing here and going like this. You know, I've played this character now for almost 10 years of my life, and I mean, she's amazing.
Yet you haven't aged at all.
I know, thankfully. But it's one of those things where I never dreamed that she would come to be this much of a part of my life and of your lives. But I'm just so grateful to these amazing guys for letting me do this, and Kathleen, and I'm so excited for you guys to see this season because I've seen it. It's crazy. That's all I can say. That's legitimately all I can say. That's it. Because I always make a joke that like someone will swoop down and take me away, and you'll never see me again. But they're here now, so I'll just fall off the stage.
Look, we're all excited to be back here. We've got a lot of our cast here. We've got a room full of people who've been there from the beginning. The audience, the fans, thank you. And so we figure what a great opportunity to bring something to show you because we got everybody here. So for the first time ever, we're going to be showing you a teaser for The Mandalorian Season 3.